Grant City. Hardest place on earth. People aren't born here. They're forged out of broken bones and blood money. Fortunes are lost and found on a daily basis. And if you're not one of the lucky finders, you're probably dead. That's not to say there's no justice here. It's just hard to reach sometimes, under layers of crime and corruption that stretch between the gutter and the glamour. It was another gray autumn. The leaves were changing from go green to caution yellow. Pretty soon they'd be danger red, then dead brown.
All cars, gunshots reported in the vicinity of Chinatown subway construction site.
This is Slate. I'm on it.
North Quantum, code 6.
Get the hell out of here! That'll go. Attaboy.
If I can hotwire this truck, I can use it to blast through that fence.
I have a gunshot victim. No pulse. I need an ambulance immediately.
Roger that. We'll notify Hope General. Any ID?
Victim's name is Slate. Frank Slate. He's my dad.
Sorry, Jack.
I'd seen 100 bodies sprawled ugly in dark alleys and bright living rooms. But this one was different. This was my dad. The guy who looked me in the eye one day and told me he was innocent of the bad things he'd been accused of. And I believed him, because he'd never lie to me. And now he was dead. Somebody had to pay.
What are you still doing here, Slate? We got this scene covered.
I want this case.
The hell you do. Go home and get some sleep. We'll keep you posted.
Looks like he was trying to write something in the cement.
I'm serious, Slate. Go home.
Forget it. Somebody shot my dad tonight, and I'm gonna find out who.
You know your old man only had one enemy.
Augie Blatz.
But you might want to be careful with those kind of accusations. Blatz owns a whole team of lawyers.
Yeah, and thugs.
Don't do anything stupid, Slate.
Justice may not be smart, but it should be honest. I was about to do something real stupid. Augie Blatz had a regular room at the Den of Iniquity, a prime hotspot for criminals ever since the flaming Mambo Lounge got struck by Italian lightning. It wasn't the sort of place you'd expect to find a beloved philanthropist like Augie Blatz, but then most people didn't know him like I did. He may have the city fooled with his goodwill money thrown at public parks and playgrounds, but apparently my dad was the only one interested in where that money came from. Drugs, mostly. Drugs and racketeering.
Jack, what are you doing here?
I could ask you the same thing.
Hey, working for your dad is fine and all, but he hasn't been able to cover payroll lately,
Gotta find a way to get these people out of here. Fire alarm. This ought to clear that dance floor pretty quick.
Hey! Let go me, stupid ape!
Where is is he?
Where is who?
The cop you let in here! Step on down here, wise guy. I know you're up there and I got your girlfriend.
Damn it. Don't worry, Hildy. I'll get you out of this mess. Take out the trash. Real simple, Blatz. You lie, you die. I want to know why your boys knocked off my father tonight.
Whoa, hey, your old man's dead. Gee, I'm all torn up by the news.
Yeah, you will be.
Take him down!
Get him, boys! Help! Someone get this nut job cob off my tail! There he is!
I gotta fight through these thugs to get the Blatz.
Here I come, Augie. End of the line, Augie. Why don't you do us both a favor? Go for your gun. What,
Don't do anything stupid, Slade.
Get up, son.
Jack.
You're gonna be okay. Come on, get up.
Jack.
Come on, just walk it off, kid.
Jack.
Come on, get up.
You're welcome to fall at any time. Why, thank you. You make the creative process so much easier for me. Good shot, officer. Why, I'm amazed Mr. Blatz was able to squeeze off a round in self-defense. Your sketch is complete. You're certain the second subject is to be a still life? Whatever you like. It's your gallery. I'm just the artist. Just relax, officer. Hopefully the ambulance will arrive in time. Unfortunately, they'll be bringing in many, many more cops, but what can I say? You probably don't realize how much skill it took not to paint the floor with your brain meat. But my client wants you alive. It wouldn't have been my choice. But he says killing cops is bad business. Oh, and because you might find it of interest, Augie Blatz did not kill your father.
Countdown to execution. Former Grant City police officer Jack Slate, arrested and convicted for the shooting spree that led to the death of known philanthropist Augie Blatz, is currently living out his last day in the death row cell block of Iron Point Penitentiary, as Mayor Pinnacle has approved what could set a precedent as the city's first fast-track execution.
You're a dead man, Slate! Come here, coward!
You don't even have to ask the question, officer. I know the answer.
Mind reading your specialty?
Battery acid on the conduits. In theory, it'll bring the whole grid down for hours.
You're kidding me.
Psst. This place is older than the pyramids, man.
You got the acid?
Sure. For 25 packs.
And where am I supposed to get 25 packs?
Psst. I thought you were a hotshot cop. Try the gym, genius.
This is our turn, buddy.
Just follow the dotted line on the map. It should lead me right out of here.
Hey!
Think you still got another 20 years to go, short stack?
Screw you!
He's over here! They say every criminal returns to the scene of the crime, but very rarely do the good guys. By now, Hennessy would have my apartment under watch 24/7, but I was willing to bet that that crime scene was still open thanks to the usual assortment of bureaucratic snafus. I'd hole up in Blatz's apartment, let things cool down for a bit while I planned my next move. I wasn't gonna get very far dressed like an escaped prisoner, so I figured I'd borrow some of Augie's clothes. He wouldn't be needing them anymore now that he's 6 feet under. I had plenty of work ahead of me. Solve my father's murder and find the guy who set me up.
All right, Silt, where are you?
Oh, okay. What do you want? You want money? Is that it?
I want to know who hired you to run me down outside the prison.
What, that? That wasn't nothing personal, man. I was told that if anyone other than Tattoo popped out of that pipe, to give him the run over. You was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, mate.
Well, seeing as how I got your car, your phone, and your wallet, I'd say I was at the right place at the right time. Who gave you those instructions?
A guy named Gopher said he was working for somebody.
Jack Slate, I presume. You can relax. I was only after Silt.
Yeah, well, so was I, but I wasn't done with him yet.
Sorry, had to be done. You want to point that somewhere else?
You want to tell me why you killed Silt?
Just settling a score. Somebody from Mayhem Inc. killed my brother, and I aim to put things right.
Mayhem Inc.? What, that Assassin's Guild out of Broadway?
That's the one. Figure if I kill them all, I'll eventually get the guy who snuffed my brother through a process of elimination. What about you? What's your beef with Baldy here?
I'm trying to find a hit or two. You know of a guy about this tall, one eye, dresses kind of frilly, carries a gold Luger?
Gold Luger. Sounds like Patch, one of the Mayhem bosses. Thinks he's some kind of designer killer or performance artist. Real expensive, and real hard to find. Yo, what say we find someplace quieter?
This chick's my only lead. I gotta keep her alive.
It's alright, boy. I don't know where this track is taking us. But once we see it through, we're out of here. This place is sucking the life out of me.
Whoa, Jack! It's just me.
What are you doing here?
Same as you. Frank may have left me unemployed and buried in bills, but he was still a good man.
Thanks. And sorry about all that trouble.
Who are they?
Just get out of here!
Oh man, I always hated the circus.
Hook got that sort of treasure, but hopefully there'd be more answers wherever this truck was headed. I was heading into the belly of the beast and was gonna come out either with some answers or dead. From the outside, it looked like an old factory eking out its last days before it crumbled into a pile of rust. But on the inside, the place was pure gold. Literally.
Time to light this place up.
Shoot it! Shoot it! Get out of the way!
Bleeding there.
Not bad, Jack. I'm impressed. Perhaps I should have hired you to head this operation.
Why not? I already know where all your tunnels lead. Maybe I can give the feds a guided tour when they get here. Hell, I'll even show them where I buried your body.
Relax, Junior. I didn't kill your father. If you haven't figured that out by now, you aren't half the detective I took you for.
He found out about your gold mining scheme. He was carving your logo in the cement when he bled to death.
That's true. But again, I didn't kill your father, nor did I order his death. I may be involved in some Questionable activities, but not murder.
Yeah, well, who did then?
There are pernicious forces in this city. Forces who have gathered evidence that could destroy some of its most prominent citizens. Such as myself.
You're not answering the question.
Who was the first cop to show up when you called in your father's death?
Hennessy.
A little off his beat, isn't it?
What are you telling me that Hennessy killed my dad? Come on.
You've underestimated him far too long. He's blackmailing half the city. He's not only got the ability to put me in a federal penitentiary, but every criminal on this side of the river. He's even got the power to frame good cops like you and your father.
My dad.
Surely you knew Hennessy wasn't on the up and up.
I knew he was an asshole, but why kill my father? He was already kicked off the force.
He found out about my golden account with Fahook. The same one Hennessy liked to dip into every now and then. The greedy little bastard was just looking out for his money tree and had no compunctions against hiring Mayhem Inc. to ensure its safety.
Sending me after Blatz. He knew.
As distasteful as it might seem to you, I would like to propose an alliance. Together, we eliminate Hennessy and his files, and in return, you will have avenged your father's murder, and I'll see to it that you're pardoned.
I gotta get to the evidence room before Hennessy gets back. Radio's in the dispatch cage and in the black and whites. Can't let these crooks call this in or I'm finished.
Hennessy, come in! Come in. Hey, Dick, you copy? What's the damn frequency? Dick, do you copy?
This was it. This is where Hennessy kept his treasure cleverly disguised as criminal evidence. You know civilization is collapsing when there's nobody policing the police. This city is rotting from the inside out. I'd seen those masks before, in the cemetery and at the pier. Now I knew how I'd been blasting. Gack boys in disguise. Hennessy had been trying to kill me since I escaped the chair. This looked like what I came for, and more. I'm sure if I stuck around long enough, I'd find all sorts of bad voodoo that could take Hennessy to his grave. But this would be plenty. And it wouldn't be much longer before Hennessy's posse realized I wasn't at the prison anymore. Taking Hennessy down was certainly a priority, but I couldn't help but feel wrong about giving Pinnacle a clean record to work off of. Maybe I could kill two birds with one stone.
That will not be a problem.
Okay, Slate. I hoped you wouldn't be this big a thorn in my side. But apparently, you are. One I should clip off and burn.
Bring it on. crack and a sizzle, it was over. The truth was in the air and the feds were on the case. Not that there was anyone left to implicate, but I'm sure they'd find their share of scapegoats. And I'd rather not stick around long enough to be one of them. With Hennessy, Blatz, and Fahook all dead, the inevitable struggle for power would begin. It would take an atom bomb to rid this city of crime, but I was fresh out of plutonium. I'd had enough. My own bundle of sins were enough to keep me awake for the rest of my life, but I had to believe that bringing the bad guys down would have some karmic benefit down the road somewhere other than here. I didn't mind, though. In fact, I was looking forward to leaving. They say Grant City's the hardest place on Earth. The people aren't born here, they're made. That fortunes are lost and found on a daily basis. And if you're not one of the lucky finders, you're probably dead. Well, I can tell you this for a fact. Jack Slate is about as far from dead as you can imagine.